Okay, so I wanted to start with a couple things that we need to make sure everybody does, whether you're listening to this on a recording or you're live today with this meeting. There are two things that are very, very important for you to do. And if you have to, if you're listening to this recording, stop and do this. One
I've
is
got a meeting to,
go to your to the App Store and put in my deals and pull it up and rate it 5-star, then put a review in and put a review in specifically about the Hero Program Savings Pass. All right. Legitimate would be nice. If you haven't used it yet, then say something like, I can't wait to use it. I know that I'm going to save a ton. There are, lots of my favorite things on this app. We are trying to get it to the level it should be, but it needs to have everybody do this. And even if you can have your spouse, girlfriends, boyfriends, sisters, brothers, all do this, it will help have this app have the reflection of the value it offers versus it being not looking like it is stellar as it is. So I need all of you to take, I've asked for 4 weeks and I still am not getting it. So it's not hard, guys. It's go to my deals, and whether you're on your Apple or your Google phone, you rate and review it. Super easy. All right. Second thing is I want to make sure that everybody is taking the time to print out every piece of material that came in the package of your email that you received. We're currently in the process of putting all of this information in a very concise place on the website so that you don't have to go to CRM and have it be with all of your golf side. It will be separate, so it is clear that this is where you go. If you have a meeting for any of your subjects, it will be very, very easy to know what I'm pulling off, what I need to print out, what I need to do in protocol, everything. All right. Trying to make this as streamlined as possible so everybody has a really clear path of doing this. All right. I also want to bring up something that has slightly changed in the sense of we were originally saying that Elite Hero fundraising was strictly going to be teams and schools. But when we have a charity or an entity that is not going to run a year-round fundraiser, which means they're not going to put in their account information, we are not going to have them on the Charity Hero fundraising side. Why? Because we have the asset of the Charity Hero fundraising is the automated payout to them every 48 hours. They get paid as everybody gets paid. So it's turnkey. All right. This is very important to most charities because if they're going to raise money year round, they want to have that money come in year round. Also, because we have recurring donations of $9.99 and $19.99 in this subject matter, we want to make sure that those monthly renewals are coming to their account. So if the key to this is when you're asking or speaking to a charity and you're saying, we have a year-round digital dashboard where the monies goes directly into your account so that you have it as it comes in every 48 hours, goes through a banking to get cleared, and it comes to you. Second choice is if you want to run a fundraiser that is not year-round and you want to receive a check or ACH or Zelle, whatever you guys decide to do, that element is covered on the Elite Hero fundraising. And the reason why you need to know that before you tell them your pricing is because we know the pricing is different on Elite Hero. It's a $20 take, right? And on a year-round Charity Hero fundraising, it's a 30%, but over $250, it's 100%. So really important to ask the right questions before you show them the platform you're going to work with them on. All right. This is something that's important for us to all adopt now. The other thing I want to mention is Hero Program Donate Hero program, your QR code, you need to go in there and you need to put your name in, please, instead of the number that you've received. Take that dashboard, put your name in, and nothing else will change on your QR code. And when you share it for the purposes of getting to your 20 by the end of the month, which we have very few days left, and it looks like there's a lot of people that need to still do this, to make sure that you are using the QR code and the link with your full URL with your name in it. The reason why is, one, it will make people know that it's from you when you're sending this out to friends and family, but also you will get credit for it. We cannot track things that don't have your QR code or your link with your name in it. It's physically impossible, right? We could do it with your number, but we find that, just on the offset that somebody comes off of that platform, your QR code or your link, we want to make sure that they have your information. So we also have it now put into the system so they can find your name. That is our stopgap. So I want to just kind of cover that information for you before we started. And again, thank you for coming today. We're going to make this I'm battling a little something going on so I'm hoping I can get through this. So we're going to now go to I'm going to share the screen, and we're going to go to what I want to set up with you, which is all of my information for you. Where are you? I'm going to start with the Word docs. Okay, so I'm going to show you everything that happens with a fundraiser as we have talked about it in the previous teams and school training. First of all, when you reach out to a coach, let's imagine it's your friend that says, hey, my son plays for this team. We raise money all the time. I know that this would be something that he would be interested in, he or she. You call him up, you say, hey, I'd like to talk to you about this opportunity. Joanne told me that you guys raise money for the team all the time, and that we have a very efficient way of doing so. It's very safe, it's effective, and literally you can raise all the money you need in sometimes 1 hour. That's going to get their attention, right? Now you're going to go through using maybe the deck so that you can follow through with even if you're on the phone and he's just listening, that you're giving him information concisely, and because you're just learning this, you want to make sure that you're covering everything. So my suggestion is use your deck as your speaking tool. If you're in person, because you already have your presentation book ready to go, you can easily show them what you have, and basically follow along. That is a perfect way of having them understand exactly what's going on. Once you have that discussed, now you're going to be following up. Thank you so much for your time. It maybe is a 10-minute conversation. I know you're busy. You don't need, and when I'm talking to my coaches or schools, I say, you don't need to remember any of this. Just sit back and absorb it. And I will send you all the documentation that will support what I just said. So if you have to present this to anybody else, or you just want to relook at it, you can see it when you are reviewing. So now we're going to go to the things that you do next. All right, because I want you guys to have a clear understanding what happens after you've spoken to somebody. You're going to attach some things to the email that you're going to send to them. One is the Teams and School deck. If they haven't seen it and you feel like that would be beneficial, send it. It's a big deck, right? So may not be something you have to have the first round, because coaches are busy. They're not going to take that much time. They're going to click on it and go, okay, great, but that's a lot of stuff to digest. So maybe just give them the sample fundraiser, which I'm showing you here, the link. You guys all have this link. Show them that. Show them the testimonials about the fundraiser by the coaches, which we have in your links of all the things that have been created for you, and your FAQ sheet for your teams and schools. All right. We also have created an email, and I modified this to reflect what happens after you have a conversation with them. And I want to, hold on, I'm going to make sure I'm not missing something. Sorry, guys. Okay, so me too. So then on this note, we're going to have a email that you're going to modify to your needs, right? This one basically says, it was great speaking with you, and here's the information that I discussed that I'm going to send to you, so you have a full understanding of what we do. It goes through a sequence of information here, which explains everything for them. You know, the 1 hour, all you need, highly effective, safe, all the things that people get. And we talk about what they receive and what they also need to have to get the fundraiser started. All right, we're going to assume that the coach is loving this platform, because I very rarely find a coach that doesn't. So let's imagine he says, yeah, let's do this. How quickly can you get it set up? Okay, so give me your information. One thing I will tell you that I do think is more important than I'm starting to find it to be more valuable, is the 30-second video. Have him, if he's going to take a photograph, he or she, have him also do a 30-second video that would be basically the kids saying, hey, we really need your help. Our, you know, our uniforms are really, you know, 3 years old. That we need money for this. Please, thank you so much for supporting us. It really helps because it gives authenticity to what they're doing. So remember that that is important, but if it's going to slow down getting the fundraiser set up, not as important. Okay.
Hey, Anne.
Yes.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. It's Leslie. Are you screen sharing right now? Because everyone in the chat cannot see your screen.
I am screen sharing, so I thought. And thank you, Leslie, because I assumed I was.
Okay, no problem.
I pulled it off of my my desktop. So let me go back. How am I going to get to screen sharing now that I am, Leslie? I'm really, this is kind of silly, but I don't see it on my end. I don't see screen sharing anymore. So,
okay, so if you see at the bottom, it says leave at the top or at the bottom right. There should be like a dot that says more. It might be under there.
okay, let's find out. I think that I'm going to have to go out of my where I am right now. I'm going to save this. I'm going to put it into save. Okay, I'm going to go out. Sorry, this is not exactly how I anticipated this.
No, that's okay. And I can cut out this section of the recording too, so we don't have to worry about it.
Okay, perfect. All right, so now I'm going to share, and I'm going to.
All right, we've got it.
Now I just need to find my document that I had lined up. Oh, where are you?
Can everybody see her screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. So now I'm going to go through the deck in the sense of, you know, what we have here. And I'm going to, all this information, guys, can be screenshot and shared as well. The email that I sent out to you guys that's part of the conversation is important because it was modified to share the information with you for your conversations with your teams and coaches. I am looking for my documentation now because I had specifically set up a Word doc for you guys. I can't find you now. That's so silly. All right, so knowing that we're now talking to the rep, I mean, not to the rep, sorry, you're the rep. Talking to the coach about this. Now we're sending him an email. We're sending him all the information I told you previously. All right. Now we're going to go to the backup of what it is that we have here. And let me see if I can find my Word doc that I was looking for so I can share. Yeah, here it is. All right. All right. So now, do you guys see that? It says attention all reps.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So this is what I was discussing earlier that I thought you guys already saw. But this information is all what you're going to be attaching to the letter the email that you're sending to him after your conversation. All right. This email is going to be available to you. You can modify it for how you want to articulate it, but it's basically to tell him everything that he or she that we've just discussed and what they need to get to you for us to get their fundraiser started. All right. They're going to be excited. They're going to want to say yes. They're going to say how quickly we can get this done. Speed is your friend. All right. So remember that when you're working with these coaches, that you are their champion. You are in charge. You say, Coach, I am so excited to run this campaign for you. We're going to crush it. The only thing I need from you, and this is really important because we've run into places where fundraisers flatline, and they shouldn't at all. There's three things that are important for you to say. One is, I need your leadership. I'm going to be there to support you the entire time, but I want to make sure you understand the only thing you're going to need to do is keep the kids on top of this and the parents, because I can't walk into a room with these kids and say, we're having a power hour, do what I say. But if you walk in and say, we're having a power hour, and I know that all of you have brought your list of everything of the friends and family live all over the country, and we're all going to sit down and do this. I don't want anybody on YouTube. We're going to be watching everybody to make sure that they do their part, and we're going to crush this. So I want everybody to make sure we reach our goal. When a coach walks into a room and talks to them like this, we have fundraisers that will not only reach their goal, but exceed their goal. If I have, and it's very much like a rep, if I have a rep or a coach that says, let's see what we can do, I'll tell you, that's a lot of nothing. You know why? People need leadership, especially when you're talking about kids. Kids aren't, for the most part, loving the idea of fundraising, period. Doesn't matter how much they need the product that we're raising money for. They need leadership. So for you, you need to be the leader, and you need to make sure that the coach is a leader. That's extremely important. I cannot impress upon that enough. If you're running a campaign, like we have one of the gals I've been speaking to is running with several coaches involved, and she spoke to the director. If that happens, you make sure that you say to the director, I need to reach out to all the coaches and make sure they fully understand what is happening, because if they don't understand what's happening, this will not go well either. It's really important that every person that is a director or leader, coach, understands what is happening and they have their marching orders. All right. This email is going to be created along with your dashboard. This dashboard is going to be, this email is going to be what you as a, partner in this with your coach and the coach. And if there's other coaches, he or she will send it on to their coaches that you use to sign up to become a leader. This will give you all the information so you can see in real time who's supporting them, what's happening, what people are not doing or doing. So this is information, and this will all be customized based on the platform that you're doing. So this email will go out. It will have their member ID or their join button code. They're going to go to the Elite Hero Fundraising link. And then this also is the actual dashboard that we've created for them so that they can start sharing. We say lead by example because I'm not a believer that I should ever ask anybody to do something I'm not willing to do, right? So when we say lead by example, that means coaches, you don't have to become a participant. You just need to share this link with all your friends and family and say, hey, we're raising money for my team. These kids are awesome, whatever they want to say. So planting that seed is really important, because when kids and parents see a coach helping the fundraising effort, it really goes a long way in the respect and also the attention that that coach will get. So make sure that you say, make sure on this coach, when you send this email over to them, make sure you lead by example. You will crush it if you do. They will do it if you tell them it's important, okay? The next email that you're going to receive from Trinity's team is going to be the email that you're going to send to the coach. And this goes out to the players and the parents. All right. This is, we'll have a subject line even so that we don't have to guess what the subject line, the coach doesn't have to even know what to put in the subject line. We will put it in there for him. We will put everything that's essential to the functioning of the success of the fundraiser as we speak. So we, if we had the goal is 5,000, we have 20 players on our team. That means everybody needs to get 8 donations. We are, we do an algorithm with this to figure this out exactly how many need to be there. You don't have to worry about this. You just need to make sure that you get this to the coach and you say, coach, get this out today. Timing, urgency is important. If you do not see and you check, let's say 4 hours after you've sent the leader join and the fundraiser out, if you do not see a leader join, if you don't see him signing in, you make sure to text him or call him and say, coach, become a leader so you can see all the activity. And then it's a perfect opportunity to say, did you send out the email that I sent you? That needs to go out today. They may go, oh, well, we're going to wait a couple weeks because, and say, there is no reason to wait, because once something has been set up, it will be very valuable to get this thing moving. We also want to try, when we're setting up a campaign, is to have them have their power hour within the first week of launch. We are finding that we can raise 75% of all the funds raised if we get everything on board. So we get, let's imagine it's Monday and I'm launching today the fundraiser. Okay. So I send over this information. Now this says May 10th, which is too far out, but this is just an example. I would like my fundraiser to say May 27th is my power hour or hero hour. We will modify that so it reflects hero hour. And it's 5:30 to 6:30, or it should be actually 5:30 to 7 o'clock. We try to give it an hour and a half because we know that people come into the program to raise money. They sometimes are late. They don't have their link set up. There's always people that don't quite have it together. And you'll be there, hopefully. The goal is when you have a power hour that you're there as well. It's really important for you guys to do that because it will build your respect with your coaches, and they will want to, after a power hour and you crush it, you can say, coach, who else should I be reaching out to? And they'll give you other people. If you don't show up and they have to do it on their own, they'll be able to do it. Excuse me. But it is important that you try to support them on that. Okay. We even give marching rights for parents because we want to make sure that they have the information to do their part on Facebook and with their friends and family, not friends and family, because friends and family are going to be going with the kids and coworkers. Okay, so then we have the add-on with the drawing, which we have said is every 3 people that they share on social media. They get the opportunity to potentially win a 4-night stay. This is all that they're going to have to send out. Now, there's something else that I've added to this email, and it's your brand board. And you have to drop your brand board in on this. So we're going to have one already set in there, but make sure you drop your brand board in that just has, the nationals on the top. The bottom can be yours. If you haven't done it yet, it's okay. Just try to get it done, because this will impact your parents' response. Your parents, when they see this brand board, and we've beta tested this, this really makes them understand what is at play with the app. And, let's think about those cards that people buy $25 and they do it all day long. They buy them and they may have 10 different companies or merchants that are on there, right? This is showing the power of what we've got. We also include a testimonial snapshot so that people can understand what others are saying about having the app, as well as letting them see testimonials from coaches. And the reason why we do that is because we want them to understand the reason why the coach has selected our program is because of the value of what we've achieved. And this information here on the coaches is really important. It really does impact their, it's kind of like imagining, do parents come to this with their arms crossed or open? They'll open up their arms and go, okay, I get this. I'm going to do this. When the power hour has been decided, you're going to be, first of all, letting them know that you're going to be there. Hopefully, I keep saying that, and hopefully everybody is. You're also going to send over the documents that Leslie and Morgan have created about the power hour. And the reason why that's important is because we want them to fully understand how it rolls. You'll be there to assist them, but you're going to also want to make sure they have it as well. When you send that email over, say, hey, coach, if you have any questions, let me know. And I'm saying this throughout this process, if you guys ever need me to be on a call, you just let me know. I told you I'm available, and I am available. I will jump on a call, big or small, confused, not confused, just want to have some insight. I am there. I am your associate that you can play me as wherever you want me to be. I am going to be there for you. If I have another meeting at the time, you can say, hey, Ann, can you give this coach a call independently and explain further in detail? I am happy to do that and to let you know that we've got the coach, because I've yet to not have people say yes. Okay, so then every Friday, you're going to be sending out an email that is reflecting where we are in the campaign. Now, if we do it properly, let's imagine if I launch today and it's Monday, and we have by Friday or Saturday, we have the power hour. All right. And the power hour, remember, it needs to be in the evening or on the weekend, so that everybody we're reaching out to who have the money, who are not at their job, can support the team. When that happens, then you're going to have the next email post, hopefully power hour, because we're going to try to get that power hour the first week. We'll be able to say, okay, and it should look a lot more robust than this. Like, this shows how few people have done their part. And this is not a good example, but it happens because, again, we didn't have leadership. So when we have this kind of scenario, I'm a big believer in shouting out the two people that have actually done something, who have made a difference in the campaign, and give them the thumbs up, the big shout out, because they've done their job and they're showing their leadership. And it's also a part to let the rest of the team know you've done nothing. And that is a little bit of shame, but that's called life. You either show up and do it, or you don't. And I think it's a really strong lesson to learn. If you are going to achieve, you have to participate. So my coaches love it because they don't have to do any of this stuff. We have this all created for them. So all you're going to have to do is, this is a part of the sample email that you have in your information book or section that we've created for you. But this email will be something you can change up, and say whatever you feel is appropriate at the time. Let's imagine that we've raised, out of $10,000, we've raised, $8,500. So now I'm going to say to the team, we crushed it at the power hour. I'm so proud of all of you. You're relaying this as if you're the coach, right? But the coach doesn't have to write it. So proud of all of you. I've included the list of where everybody is on the fundraiser. If you don't have let's call it 7 donations that everybody needs to get, then I need for you to all get your 7 donations. I want us to wrap this fundraiser up by the end of next week. Parents, do your part. Let's get this done. It's really simple if you just come attack it as if you are the coach and you're championing the cause. You always include it to the email that you first sent out, which is the one that is the overview and everything that they do. And the reason why is because there will always be, it doesn't matter how many times I've seen this, there's always 1 or 2 that don't do their part, that are just sitting there thinking, well, I don't have to do this. And as again, I will say, my coaches love this platform because it makes everybody own it. And, you can't be part of a team if you're not part of the fundraiser, right? It just doesn't work that way. So leave that as part of it. You may end up doing another email the following week. If you do, again, it's just updating where the participation is, how much we've raised, and how many more everybody needs to get. when you were wondering how to find this participants activity, which is where I put in this activity, which is a list of participants, the rank, their names, and how much they've raised. If you go to and you're a leader now, right? So you be part of their leader, you're going to go to your dashboard. And it's the same one that your coach is going to have. And they're going to be able to see the activity. So if I clicked on this view activity, it would show me the participants. Now this is at the example fundraiser. So there's no participants, but if there were, you would then copy all of this. No, could go down here. Sorry, copy this, and all the participants with what they've raised would be what you copy. And that's where you drop it in the email that I just shared with you up at the top. Okay. It's very easy, straightforward. That's all the information they need. And that's their marching orders to get it done. All right. So that is where we are with that. Now let's see if there's anything else I wanted to review with you. That's really the core. The main thing I wanted you guys to know is that when you're doing a fundraiser, it's really, really important that you are the leader. You are the champion of the cause. You are enthusiastic. Enthusiasm is infectious. If I am even uncertain of how to speak, if I'm just, I got this, I can do this, I'm going to listen to you and feel like you are really, you got me. I'm not, I don't have to worry about it. But if you walk in with being timid or uncertain, you're going to have to fake it till you make it, because the key in this is it's not hard. We give you everything that you need. You just need to make sure that when you're talking to your coach, that you let them know that you've got their back. You're going to make sure they raise the money. And because that will get you your referrals, that will get you the money. So, 100, 200 donations come in a platform. You get a piece of that pie, the pretty big piece of the pie. You make a lot of money. And then you have this again the following year and the following year and the following year. And the more that you do this, the more successful they will become, because you'll be that much more confident. So all I can say is, with this being said, if you need my support, you're somewhere, not sure how to approach, call me. I will explain it to you again. I will talk as long as it's necessary for you to be comfortable, because we should be starting to take off this. Teams and schools are leaving. Well, schools will be shutting down in about a month and a half. Teams will be running their opportunities year round, because you have travel teams, you have leagues, you have club sports, you have tournament play. There are so many ways that you should be getting these people to get involved. And you have entire associations in each state where you can speak to the entire group and get them on board. So it's a massive opportunity. And now that we've reviewed kind of the process, I want you to digest it, make sure you've already printed out your material, and then, you need me, just call me. So Jay, I think that's kind of summed up everything so far.
Perfect. You want me at this point to stop the recording?
Yeah, because I feel like somebody that's listening may not need to hear the Q&As, and we can always do a Q&A sheet later, or we can record it. We can